Welcome to Life Theory, where we challenge conventional wisdom and strive to empower you to live your best life. In this lesson, we'll be discussing 15 things that you should never apologize for. We all have unique interests, goals, and aspirations, and it's time to stop feeling guilty or ashamed about them. By embracing who we are and what we stand for, we can lead fulfilling and authentic lives. 1. Unconventional Passions. Embracing your unique interests. Welcome to Life Theory, where we believe in embracing your individuality and being unapologetically yourself. In this lesson, we'll be discussing the things you should never apologize for in life. And our first topic is all about embracing your unique passions and interests. We've all been in situations where we've been made to feel ashamed or embarrassed for our unconventional passions or hobbies. Maybe you're really into collecting stamps or have a love for a niche type of music. Whatever it may be, these passions make you who you are and should be embraced. You don't need to apologize for being interested in something that may not be considered mainstream or popular. In fact, it's these passions that make life interesting and diverse. So, whether it's knitting, birdwatching, or even being a fan of a certain TV show, don't apologize for it. Embrace it and let it bring you joy. For example, I have a friend who is really into taxidermy. While some may find it a bit strange, it's a passion that brings him a lot of joy and satisfaction. He used to apologize for it or even hide it from others, but once he embraced it and stopped apologizing, he found that people were more accepting and even interested in learning more about it. So, the next time you feel like apologizing for your unique passions, remember that they are what make you special and should be celebrated. Embrace your unique passions and interests. Don't apologize for something that brings you joy and makes you who you are. 2. Aspiring for more. Striving to improve yourself. In a world where perfection seems to be the norm, it's easy to feel like you're not good enough. But the truth is, we all have flaws and weaknesses that we can work on. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be better. In fact, it's commendable. You should never apologize for striving to improve yourself. Perhaps you want to go back to school to get a degree, or you want to learn a new skill or hobby. Maybe you want to improve your health and fitness, or work on becoming a better communicator or leader. Whatever it may be, it's important to remember that growth and improvement should be celebrated, not apologized for. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not good enough, or that you should be satisfied with mediocrity. Embrace your desire to improve yourself and keep pushing forward towards your goals. That's what being a high achiever is all about. Striving to improve yourself is a natural and important part of personal growth. Don't let anyone make you feel like you should apologize for wanting to be better. Embrace your desire for self-improvement and keep pushing forward towards your goals. 3. Honesty above all. The power of speaking the truth. When it comes to being honest, there's no need to apologize. Telling the truth is always the best policy, and being true to yourself and others is something that you should never feel bad about. Whether it's admitting to a mistake or simply speaking your mind, honesty is a virtue that should be celebrated, not apologized for. It's important to remember that honesty doesn't always mean being harsh or blunt. There are ways to be honest without being hurtful, and it's possible to express your thoughts and feelings in a way that is respectful and considerate. If you need to decline an invitation or request, it's better to be honest about why you can't do it rather than making up excuses or pretending to be busy. By being honest, you're showing respect to the person who asked and also respecting your own boundaries and priorities. At the end of the day, being truthful and authentic is a sign of strength, and it's something that you should never apologize for. Instead, embrace your honesty and use it as a tool to build strong relationships and a fulfilling life. Honesty is a virtue that should be celebrated, not apologized for. Be true to yourself and others, and don't be afraid to speak your mind in a respectful and considerate way. 4. Drama-free zone. Choosing not to engage in others' problems. There are times when people come to us with their problems, and as empathetic human beings, we often feel the need to help them out. However, there may be situations where getting involved in someone else's problems may not be beneficial for either party involved. Therefore, it's essential to recognize that it's perfectly acceptable not to apologize for choosing not to engage in others' drama. For instance, imagine a friend coming to you with a problem they are having with another friend, and you don't want to get involved in their drama. In this case, it's okay to tell them that you don't want to get involved in their problems and that you hope they can resolve it on their own. It's essential to set healthy boundaries in your relationships with others. You have the right to choose what you allow in your life and what you don't, without feeling the need to apologize for it. Number 5. Investing in yourself, putting your hard-earned money to good use. Have you ever felt guilty for spending money on yourself? Do you apologize for indulging in things that make you happy? It's time to stop apologizing for investing in yourself. Whether it's buying a new outfit, taking a course to learn a new skill, or hiring a coach to help you reach your goals, investing in yourself is a smart and necessary move. When you invest in yourself, you're making a commitment to your personal growth and development. You're taking responsibility for your future and giving yourself the tools and resources you need to succeed. And when you succeed, everyone around you benefits. Stop apologizing for taking care of yourself and making yourself a priority. Your happiness and well-being are important, and investing in yourself is one of the best ways to ensure that you lead a fulfilling and satisfying life. You deserve to live the life of your dreams, and investing in yourself is the first step towards making that a reality. So, go ahead and spend that money on yourself, take that course, and hire that coach. You won't regret it. 6. Letting go of control, accepting life's uncertainties. Letting go of control is one of the hardest things to do, yet it's necessary for leading a peaceful life. It's important to understand that we can't control everything that happens around us. Sometimes things just happen, and it's up to us to decide how we react to them. So, stop apologizing for letting go of control and embracing the unknown. For example, say you're planning a family trip, and your child gets sick on the day of departure. You did everything you could to prevent it, but sometimes, things just happen. Instead of apologizing and feeling guilty, you should accept the situation and focus on how to move forward. The keynote here is that sometimes, things are out of our control, and it's important to accept that and move on. When we let go of control, we can focus on what we can control, which is our reaction to the situation. So, stop apologizing for the things that are beyond your control and focus on what you can do to make the situation better. Remember, life is unpredictable, and we can't control everything. By embracing the uncertainty, we open ourselves up to new experiences and opportunities. 7. The power of NO, setting boundaries for self-preservation. Many people struggle with saying no, as they fear it may come off as rude or unhelpful. However, it's important to set boundaries for yourself and learn to say no when necessary. Whether it's declining an invitation to an event you're not interested in or turning down a request for a favor that would inconvenience you, saying no is an important part of self-preservation. It's okay to prioritize your own needs and well-being. You don't need to apologize for saying no when it's necessary for your own mental health and happiness. Learning to say no also helps to avoid overcommitment and burnout, leading to a more fulfilling life. Saying no can be uncomfortable, but it's an important part of setting boundaries for yourself and prioritizing your own needs. Don't apologize for taking care of yourself. 8. Seeking support, the strength in asking for help. Asking for help is often viewed as a sign of weakness, but it is actually a strength. It takes courage to admit that you cannot do everything alone and need the support of others. Whether it is asking for help with a project at work or seeking emotional support from a friend, it is important to recognize that we all need assistance at times. When we refuse to ask for help, we are putting unnecessary pressure on ourselves and risking burnout. It is important to remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and self-awareness. By asking for help, we are demonstrating a willingness to learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Remember that seeking support is not a weakness, but a strength. It takes courage to admit that you cannot do everything alone and need the support of others. By reaching out and seeking help, you are taking steps towards achieving your goals and becoming the best version of yourself. 9. Breaking free from toxicity, walking away from negative people. It's time to stop apologizing for walking away from toxic people. It's important to surround ourselves with people who uplift us, support us, and genuinely care for us. Staying in toxic relationships, whether it be with friends, family, or romantic partners, can take a significant toll on our mental and emotional health. It's okay to acknowledge that a relationship isn't serving us and to make the decision to walk away. We don't owe anyone an explanation or apology for taking care of ourselves. In fact, it takes strength and courage to leave a toxic situation and to prioritize our well-being. Life is too short to waste on negative relationships. Choose to surround yourself with people who make you feel valued, loved, and happy. You deserve it. Number 10. Love in all forms, the many ways of expressing affection. As human beings, we all have different ways of expressing love and affection. Some of us prefer words of affirmation, while others prefer physical touch, quality time, or acts of service. Whatever your preferred method of expressing love may be, it's important to understand that there is no right or wrong way to do it. Don't apologize for expressing love in your own unique way. Whether you like to write love letters, surprise your partner with small gifts, or simply cuddle up and watch a movie together, embrace your own individual style of showing love. Don't feel the need to apologize for it or change it to conform to someone else's expectations. As long as it comes from a place of genuine affection and respect, your way of expressing love is valid and valuable. Love is not about conforming to a set of rules or expectations. It's about finding what works best for you and your partner and building a strong, healthy relationship based on mutual trust, respect, and love. 11. Time for yourself, prioritizing self-care and rest. It's easy to get caught up in our busy lives, whether it's work, family, or other obligations that demand our attention. However, it's important to remember that we all need time for ourselves to rest, recharge, and take care of our mental and physical health. It's something that we should never apologize for. Taking time for yourself can mean different things to different people. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes to meditate, going for a walk, or reading a book. It can also mean taking a day off from work to relax or pursuing a hobby that brings you joy. Unfortunately, many people feel guilty or selfish for taking time for themselves. They may feel like they should be doing something more productive or helping others instead. However, it's important to remember that taking care of ourselves ultimately makes us better equipped to take care of others. Don't apologize for taking the time you need to rest and recharge. You deserve it, and it's an essential part of a healthy and balanced life. 12. Speaking up, advocating for yourself and others. Speaking up for yourself and for others is a sign of strength and courage. It's important to advocate for what you believe in and stand up for your rights, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life. You should never apologize for speaking up, expressing your opinions or advocating for a cause you believe in. It's important to remember that your voice matters and can make a difference. If you see someone being mistreated, speak up and intervene. Don't be afraid to report inappropriate behavior or speak up in meetings if you have a valid point to make. Your opinion and perspective are valuable, and by speaking up, you can help make positive changes in your personal and professional life. Don't let fear or self-doubt prevent you from speaking up for yourself or for others. Use your voice and take action to make a difference. 13. Holding others accountable, challenging deceit and dishonesty. Many of us have experienced being wronged by others, whether it's a friend, family member, or coworker. It's important to hold those who have wronged us accountable for their actions, as this shows that we value our own feelings and respect ourselves. Unfortunately, many people feel guilty for calling out others for their bad behavior, and may even apologize for doing so. However, holding others accountable is not something to apologize for. It's a sign of strength and self-respect, and it helps to promote healthier relationships and boundaries. If a friend consistently cancels plans at the last minute without a valid excuse, it's important to address this behavior and let them know how it makes you feel. By doing so, you are setting a boundary and holding them accountable for their actions. It's important to remember that holding others accountable is not about attacking or blaming them, but rather about expressing your own feelings and setting boundaries. Don't be afraid to speak up and stand up for yourself, as this is a crucial step in building healthy relationships and fostering respect for yourself and others. 14. The road to success, taking steps towards achieving your goals. It's common to think that success means always being perfect and having everything figured out, but that's not the case. The path to success is paved with failures and mistakes, and it's important to embrace them as part of the journey. It's perfectly acceptable to make mistakes and try again, and to take steps towards achieving your goals, even if they're not always successful. If you're pursuing a new hobby and struggle with it at first, it's okay to take it slow and practice until you get better. Don't be afraid to take risks and try new things, as that's how growth and progress happen. The keynote here is that success isn't always a straight line, but rather a journey with ups and downs. It's important to keep trying, even if you fail, and to take small steps towards achieving your goals. In the end, it's the small steps that add up to big progress. Number 15. Roots and heritage, embracing your cultural background. Embracing and celebrating one's cultural heritage is an essential part of personal identity. It is something that should be honored and never apologized for. Culture is what makes each of us unique. Embracing and celebrating one's cultural heritage is an essential part of personal identity. It is something that should be honored and never apologized for. When we apologize for our heritage, we are denying a part of ourselves that makes us who we are. Our cultural background shapes our values, beliefs, and traditions, and it is something to be proud of. If someone is from a Hispanic background and speaks Spanish as their first language, they should never apologize for speaking Spanish in public or with friends and family. They should instead embrace their language and cultural heritage with pride. Embracing our cultural heritage is a powerful way to connect with others and promote cultural awareness and understanding. We should never feel ashamed or apologize for who we are, where we come from, or the traditions that make us unique. It is only when we fully accept and celebrate our cultural heritage that we can truly be ourselves and live life to the fullest. In conclusion, there are many aspects of our lives that we often apologize for, despite having nothing to be sorry about. By recognizing and accepting these things, we can live with more confidence, self-assurance, and a greater sense of purpose. Remember to always prioritize your well-being and strive for success on your own terms. We hope that this lesson has been informative and empowering for you. Thank you for watching, and keep on rising.